Hi, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Wonder Snatch. Thank you for joining me if you just found me. And today I'm going to go back to basics. Okay, I've been asked several times to do tutorials on simple basic makeup tricks. I'm not really a makeup artist, I'm just self-taught, but I really love makeup, and I guess I can impart some tricks that I learned over the years on how to do a drag face. So I'm going to start with brows today by blocking out the brows on camera. If that's something you want to see, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and ring that bell for post notifications. Alright, let's start off this Drag 101 makeup series. Okay, so I guess I can just get right into it. Usually after the intro, I'm usually back here with my brows blocked. So today I'm going to show you exactly how I block my brows, my big bushy man brows. Okay, and in a future video, I'll show you how to draw on the brows. Okay, and blocking the brow is very important in drag because basically it changes the whole shape of your face. And especially for men, as manly men like us, who have a very prominent brow bone, okay, our brows really highlight this thick part which we don't want when we want to feminize the face, okay? So we have to block the brows. Some people just block up to the nubs, okay, so that they can extend that, but you know, my brows are really thick, so that leads to a really thick brow, which I don't think suits my face very well. So you need to know the shape of the face and what kind of brow suits you too, so that you get through a lot of different trial and error. Okay, so the things you need for this step, you need alcohol wipes, okay? I just grab a bunch of these. You can buy them in any pharmacy, or you can just buy rubbing alcohol that will evaporate. Okay, and then you need a glue stick. Most drag queens use the purple glue stick, and I buy a whole bunch of this when I'm in America, and you can just buy them off Amazon. But I've also tried it with regular glue sticks that you can probably buy from, you know, any art supply store. And then a powder, any setting powder, but I like a very pigmented pressed powder, okay? And this really helps to really get it in there, rather than have powders go all over the place. There are actually quite a lot of brow blocking tutorials online, but and initially I thought, you know, who would want to see me block my brows? There are tons of drag queens online teaching you how to block brows. You know, I didn't want to add to the noise, but I guess it's a rite of passage for anyone who has a drag makeup channel to teach you how to block brows. Block brows. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to dry up your brows, okay? So use your alcohol wipe and run it back and forth, okay? Make sure you get underneath the hairs as well. So back and forth, okay, both brows. Let the alcohol dry. Okay, this is to remove all the oils and everything, because the glue stick, because it's water activated, it'll break up when it touches oils or water, so you want it to be really dry. So let it dry, let the alcohol evaporate naturally. You can kind of see it should still a bit damp, okay? So just, you know, make sure they're really dry. Okay, now that they're dry, use your glue stick. Okay, the purple glue stick is useful because it's purple, and when it dries, it turns clear, okay? So you can see it change color, and then you know when to add another layer or when to powder. Okay, if you do use a regular glue stick that doesn't change color, you might need to just be able to touch and tell when it's dry. There are other options as well, okay? You can use Pros-Aide, and Pros-Aide is an adhesive for prosthetics, and that one is better because it's not water soluble. It's also a lot harder to get off. I can show you one on each eye actually. Why don't we do that? Okay, so I'm going to do my purple stick here, and when you buy it, make sure it's nice and moist looking, okay? Because these tend to dry out if you don't close them properly. So for example, I have one here that is left sitting in the cupboard for very long, and you can see it's dried up and lifted off the side. So this is probably no good for you. So if you get something like this, don't use it because it's very hard to get on, okay? So you want something that's nice and moist, okay? And it's, see, like this one. It goes all the way to the sides, okay? And it's nice and shiny. Oh, and also, before I start, alcohol wipes, only use alcohol wipes. Don't use makeup remover, okay? Makeup remover probably doesn't work as well. Makeup remover will always leave some sort of film of silicone or film of a moisturizing agent or something on your brows, and that messes up the glue. Okay, so when you get the glue on, okay, let's zoom you in. When you get the glue on, go back and forth, okay, and circular motions. What you want to do here is you want to really saturate every single hair follicle, okay, so that each hair is coated with glue. Okay, so you're going to go back and forth until you get a lot of glue on there. Right, it's a big mess. Okay, and then before it dries, you get a comb, okay? Any of these combs that come with any makeup sets, these small little combs, mine is really gross, but all you really need are the prongs at the top, okay? So even though if they're gummed up at the bottom there, it still kind of works. Okay, and then you can just comb them upwards. If you're white or if you're Caucasian and your eyebrow hairs are really fine, some people just comb it down this way. That's all they do. But for Asian people with much coarser hairs, this doesn't really work because each hair adds on a layer and it becomes really thick and makes your brow come out even more, and you don't want that for drag. Okay, so what I do is I comb them upwards, okay? So that there are fewer overlapping hairs. Okay, and if you have floppy skin like me, make sure it's all laced flat like that. Okay, make sure you get these stragglers at the end here too, because if not, they will stick out later. Okay, so when you're all done, you've got some glue there. What I do is I put that on the brow and use my finger and smooth it over, okay, to give it another layer. Okay, and I try to meld that into the skin. Okay, and you go in the direction of your hairs. So that's one layer of hairs done. Okay, now on the other side, I'm going to show you how to do it with Pros-Aide. Okay, Pros-Aide you can easily buy off Amazon also. They come in several different forms. One is a liquid, which is like that, and you have some other comes in creams as well. The liquid is probably easiest to get on, okay? It takes a little longer to dry. Okay, it's meant to glue on prosthesis, bald caps, stuff like that. Okay, what I do is I'll take a Q-tip, just dip it into the Pros-Aide, okay, and then the same, just go all the way in, okay, work it into the hairs. Okay, and make sure it's saturated all around, so you're doing circular motions, not just one direction. Okay, and then comb it upwards also. Okay, it's a lot more watery than the glue stick. It might take a while for it to settle down, see? So that's why I like the glue stick better, because this one doesn't dry as fast. So, you know, while this one went down like a dream, this still needs some time to settle down, okay? And you might want to use a brush if you have this end to slowly brush them up too. Okay, and I can feel it drying already. Okay, that is right. That's actually quite fast. Okay, and you can see here, it's not purple anymore, it's completely clear. So when that happens, we just go in with another coat and we go in the same direction, okay, as the hairs. All purple. Okay, okay. So that's the second and kind of the third coat. And then on the Pros-Aide side, once this is dry, you can feel it's no longer tacky. You just go over it with another layer of Pros-Aide. The reason why you might want to use Pros-Aide is that if you sweat a lot, it can break up the glue stick over several hours, so Pros-Aide will hold a lot longer. Okay, so if you're performing a whole night, you might want to choose Pros-Aide instead of the glue stick. But you know, usually I'm just doing it for YouTube, or if I'm just doing it, take some pictures, the glue stick is totally fine. It's so much easier to get off. And then we wait. Usually at this time I'm just listening to a podcast or something. Okay, and blocking the brows is very important if you're doing, like, you know, character makeup too. So I know for Halloween or for Christmas, if you want to get rid of your brows so you can, you know, paint on different things, blocking the brows is super important, and I think every makeup artist should really know how to block brows. I've seen people hire regular makeup artists, like, you know, makeup artists for women to do like drag parties, and not a single brow is blocked. Everyone looks like men in dresses. Okay, third one. Okay, and this time, the third and fourth one, you can lick a little bit. This helps to liquefy the glue stick a little bit and helps to blend it into the regular skin. Okay, when it's a little bit wet. So it's a little bit more seamless. Okay, and the Pros-Aide side, it's still a bit tacky. Actually, the Pros-Aide side doesn't need very many more layers. I think that's enough. Okay? And some people also do the glue stick first and then Pros-Aide after to smooth it all. You can do that too. Okay, so once that's kind of done, what I like to go in with is powder now, okay? So some people like to use loose powders, but I find a pressed powder much better, especially a pigmented pressed powder. So pigmented pressed powder, I think I get something with a little bit of orange in it. So this Elegel Pro Face, this is the Elegel Pro Face in nude beige, okay? Quite close to the normal skin. Helps to cover up the blackness of the brows too. I mean, if you're blonde or if you have a very light colored brow, you don't really need to do this, but this is something that some people do. Some people also color correct. So at this stage, they might put a bit of an orange foundation, powder that, and then put their regular foundation on. But I find this works pretty well for me. And what you want to use, don't use a powder puff that's fluffy like this one. Oh, there's still some powder in there. Okay, I like something that's really, really dense. So something like this, which doesn't have a lot of fluff. Okay, so it packs on more powder. Or even these really cheap ones that you can get off Amazon. These are basically something like microfiber. It's just basically really flat, okay? But it picks up a lot and it's quite smooth as well. Basically, you scoop up enough powder, okay? And don't go in first completely with it, just tap it on first, okay? Just for one coat, and go over it again. Okay, and at this stage, don't do things like raise your brows or squint or furrow your brows, because if not, it's going to cause a lot of lines, okay? And after you've done the first coat, what I do is I press it really in, okay? This presses down the glue, and at the same time, it fills in all the little crevices. Okay? There. And that's how you block your brow, with a glue stick. And you can repeat that on the Pros-Aide side. And press, 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 press. Now you can see, because I licked my glue stick, this one blends in a bit more seamlessly with my skin, right? Whereas the Pros-Aide, once it hardens, it's a bit more distinct, okay? It doesn't really blend in as well as that, okay? And depending on the foundation you use, this can look quite obvious. Okay, and that's how you block your brows. Usually at this stage, I'll just grab my alcohol wipe again and I'll clean my face tapes area. And I like to do a 4-point face tape because I like to make sure that this doesn't show up in photographs. And you know, I have a bit of a prominent laugh line here, so my face tapes will get rid of that for me. Okay, so while that dries, that's the end of this video. I'll see you next time for how to cover those up with foundation and then draw on a brow. Alright, we'll try some different drag brows with that. Okay, I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me. And if you made it this far, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and ring that bell for post notifications. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!